What's going on, guys? Shadow Hollow here, signing and bringing you another Monster Hunter World video. And in this video I have more Monster Hunter tips coming at you. Now if you have not seen any of my previous tip videos, then be sure to check those out. I'll put the link in the description below. Now for you fellow veteran hunters out there, a lot of this might be familiar to you, but there might be one or two things that even you might not know about. Now for you newcomers, they say knowledge is power, so I'm about to make you a lot more powerful. With that said, let's jump into it. Did you know that you can create item loadouts? Item loadouts can be used to autofill your inventory after each hunt with the items that you normally would carry with you. This is a faster and better way to stock up your inventory than loading your inventory one item at a time after each hunt. You can do this by first equipping all the items that you want to save for the item loadout. Make sure you have the correct amount of each item that you want to bring along. Also, make sure you have your Radial Menu set up because that will also be saved with your item loadout. Then, go into your item box and go to Manage Items. Next, press the option button to bring up item loadouts. Press the triangle button to register your current item setup from your item pouch and you'll be all good to go. Then once you finish the quest, just come back here and refill your items using these item sets. As you can see, I created one for when I'm solo, then one for when I'm in a group, and then one for when I'm simply harvesting. Speaking of the Radial Menu, if you don't know what that is yet, it's a customizable menu that allows you to get to items faster. Trying to cycle through your inventory in the middle of a hunt looking for healing items can be a pain. To set it up, hit options and go to customize Radial Menu. You can see that you can create 4 sets of 8 items. Just highlight one of the item spots and choose an item from the list. I recommend having all the items that you would need in the middle of combat, things like potions and null berries, all in one area. You can craft power and armor talons by combining a power charm or armor charm with a basil geese talon. Just like power charms and armor charms, the power talons and armor talons increases your power and armor stats simply by carrying them in your item pouch. Also, you can stack these power and armor talons with the power charm and armor charm for additional attack and defense boosts. Monsters like the Odogaron will cause bleed effects on you with some of their attacks. If you get this bleed effect, just crouch in place to remove it, although that may be a little bit difficult to do with a monster trying to tear you apart. So if you can, use Astera Jerky to take away that bleed effect. To get information about monsters, like their weak spots, their elemental weaknesses, and what items you can get from them, be sure to talk with the researcher after each hunt. The researcher is sitting on a pile of books in the trade yard to the left of the botanist. Be sure to always deploy your Tailraider Safari. The Tailraider Safari allows you to send a team of pelicos out on hunts. After some time, they will return with a nice supply of items that they collected while they were out. Some of these items are items that you can only get from the safari, like the Sinister Cloth, which is needed to make the Death Stench armor set. For the best chance of getting this, whenever you send your pelicos out on the safari, make sure you pick the 3-star and 4-star routes, and it is said that if you pick one with the Barrett on it, then you have a greater chance of getting it. I don't know how true this is, I just know that when I tried this myself, I actually did get a Sinister Cloth from this, so if you want, you can try this out for yourself. Other than that, this is believed to be a random drop. Confused about what Affinity is on weapons and armor? It's a stat that determines whether your attacks will do more or less damage at any given time during hunts. So for example, if I had a bow that had 20% affinity, that would mean I have a 20% chance of one of my shots doing more damage than normal. This rule applies if I have negative 20 affinity as well. I will have a 20% chance of my attacks doing less damage. Always check your elemental weakness before hunting. Press the option menu and look under defense status on the right hand side to check your weaknesses. If you have a stat that's in the negatives, that means a monster with attacks with that element will do massive damage to you and in some cases kill you in one hit. There are several ways to counter this, but the fastest way is to look for elemental res up status effect when eating at the canteen. While we're on the topic of the canteen, if you see the felyne moxie food skill and are about to face a difficult monster, then try to go for that food skill. Moxie prevents fainting one time when damage taken exceeds your remaining health. In other words, it will stop you from dying one time in a situation where a monster would have killed you. In the previous video, I told you about bringing life powder to heal your teammates. You can also bring other things to assist your teammates like herbal powder that cures poison, demon powder that increases the team's attack, and hardshell powder that increases the team's defense. Keep in mind that there is a radius for this, so you can't try to use these things on teammates that's too far away. Monsters will sometimes drop powerful slinger ammo when damaged enough in battle. Be sure to pick it up and use it. Some monsters will drop bomb pod ammo, and some elder dragons will drop dragon slinger ammo. These things cause a good amount of damage to monsters, so don't underestimate them. But that concludes the video, guys. That is 11 Monster Hunter tips. Now, thank you all for your support on my previous tips video. It means a lot to me. If you like this video, then a like would definitely be appreciated. It helps out more than you guys know. Be sure to subscribe for more videos that I have coming along the way, and make sure you hit the notification button to get notified for whenever I post. But that is all for me, guys. I am Shadow Hollow, signing out, and I will see you guys in the next video.